It's the Bulls Podcast, episode 49.
Hey, Chicago Bulls fans! It's time for your Bulls Podcast. Here are your hosts, Marcus Couch and Wyse Black.
Welcome to the Bulls Podcast, coming to you from bullspodcast.com. This is where we bring you the latest news, reviews, rants, rumors, and opinions on the players, coaches, and front office of the Chicago Bulls. My name is Marcus Couch, and with me is my co-host, Mr. Wyse Black.
What's up, Marcus? What's happening with all my Bull lifers out there? Super exciting show today after a very extravagant game tonight. So, I'm super ready. I'm super pumped up. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's go with some Bulls versus Wizards post-game overtime rundown reactions. We're going to give you our Bulls Christmas list. What are we going to wish for this year, Wyse? We're checking that list and making sure who's naughty and nice out there. And we got some game predictions for the coming week. We'll be right back after this quick timeout.
Bulls fans, remember to follow the show on social media at Bulls Podcast and at bullspodcast.com.
And it's time for some Bulls versus Washington Wizards post-game. The Bulls hit DC in what we had all hoped would be an easy W against a limping Washington Wizards team that had nearly 6 players out of the game and listed as out of action. An easy win? Well, not exactly. In fact, we needed until the last minute of overtime to pull off the 1 point, just by the hair of our chin, victory. Lauri Markkanen led the Bulls with 31 points and 9 rebounds, and it was a Sato revenge game of sorts as he had 17, 7, and 7 in his return to DC. Zach Lavine actually went 11 for 11 from the free throw line, including 4 nail-biting free throws down the stretch to seal the victory. Wyse, what did you think of this crazy game? I mean, we were getting our tails beat in, and then we came back and win it.
For sure.
Like a reverse win. What the heck?
So a few things stood out to me about this game. Some good, some bad. But to start, I'll say they definitely surprised me tonight with the comeback win. They were down, I think, about 18 points in this game at one point and actually played well enough on both ends to pull out a W. It was great to be on the other end of a game like this for a change, right? But the play from Lauri tonight was nothing short of stellar, knocking down open threes, getting to the basket and converting layups and keeping his team in the game, which is the main reason we were in a position to even take this game to OT. Because if Lauri wasn't clicking tonight, I think we'd be having a different conversation right now. But tonight played out the way most Bulls fans expected in regards to the cohesion between Zach and Lauri. One guy had it going all night and gave the team a chance to win, and the other finished the job by doing the right thing, meaning making the right plays down the stretch to seal the deal. Yeah. Although I must say, both Zach and Lauri just absolutely ticked me off with those last 2 prayer threes with over a minute left in the fourth when they were only down 3 points. But luckily, the Wizards bailed them out by taking shots that were just as foolish. After the 2 prayer threes by Lauri and Zach, Bradley Beal goes on the other end and takes a 3 with only about, 39 seconds left while they were already up 3. Why not just make a play at the basket after winding the time down?
That was a bad decision on his part.
Yeah, definitely. But obviously it worked out for us, luckily. I was just glad that Zach got his act together and started making smart plays to draw fouls. If Zach can actually continue to do those kind of things on a consistent basis, especially in close games like tonight and the one versus the Raptors or even the one versus the Miami Heat, like I was trying to say on our last pod in regards to the question you posed about Zach becoming an elite player, if he can continue to make smart plays like that down the stretch, then yes, I would say he can take the next step or at least get closer to elite status. But that takes consistently. But, I mean, overall, it was a well-fought win by Chris Dunn with his effort on both ends before fouling out, Zach with his close ability, Lauri for his shot making throughout the game, and the much needed contribution from the role players, like pretty much all of them tonight. And like you said, like it was a comeback game for Sato tonight, and I thought that he played really well too, like knocking down a few key 3-pointers that we actually needed. So this was definitely a nail-biter game, but I'm just glad that we pulled it out because to tell you the truth, they had me nervous.
I didn't think they would be able to pull it out. I really didn't, and I think they got bailed out by those fouls at the last second too. I mean, obviously, I thought those were and that lane fouls. Violation. Wendell Carter Jr. shot a free throw, missed, and then they got called for a lane violation. Yeah. I actually watched this game on the Washington Wizards feed. Man, they have like some 360 graphics on their court, man, on their broadcast. Yeah, so they're like flipping, like football. You know how you watch the football broadcast and they like, show a guy catching and then they like tilt it 360 degrees.
Yeah.
They have that and for basketball in Washington. Why don't we have that stuff? But I thought it was also interesting that they were talking about Kobe White so much during their broadcast that they had worked him out during the draft and they really wanted to get him in Washington. And
no kidding.
Yeah, so that the announcers were like, yeah, we really, we interviewed him, we talked to him, he's a great kid, all that, and, we're sorry we couldn't get him. I thought, wow, that's pretty telling.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. And even to speak about Kobe, like I love Kobe's game for the most part, and more so for like what he can be in the future. But just looking at Kobe and the way that he's fared for this year, like he is so up and down. But like I can't necessarily knock him for that, just because I think he has been thrusted into a role that not many rookies are. And what I mean by that is like he's almost looked at to be like a closer almost. Like if Zach doesn't have it going, then on most nights they kind of look to Kobe. Although like, lately he hasn't really been up for the job, but yet and still I just love the fact that he actually shows that he has the ability to do so. But I hope that Kobe can like just learn to find some consistency in his game, because it's either like hot or extremely cold with Kobe right now. But I think that if he can learn to be a bit even keel with his game and try to average about 12 to 14 points per game or something like that, I think that he'll be all right.
And I want to say something to all you Kobe skeptics that are out there that are saying that he's not good for this team. This year, in terms of this draft class, Kobe White is kicking Zion Williamson's ass.
Technically, yeah.
And so we would have never thought that. Right?
Well, obviously.
So there is a silver lining to everything, okay?
Yeah. I guess.
All right. So speaking of Kobe White, just to close this whole post-game segment out, what did you think of against Oklahoma City, Kobe White and Wendell Carter Jr. getting their picture with Chris Paul, who was the coach for them when they were growing up, when they were in the, was it AUU league or AAU? I forget the
AAU.
Yeah.
They took a picture with CP3.
Yeah, and everybody was like, "Oh, you just get your ass kicked by 25 points or whatever, blew a 25-point lead. Let's get our picture taken."
Oh, see, man, that's the difference.
Twitter, shut up.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a thing where, like, I think you have a lot of people who are like from the old school basketball, and they were just looking at that like, what he just kicked your asses. Why are you taking a picture with him and all that? But today's game is different. Like he was their coach. They grew up with him. You know what I mean? He basically helped raise them as basketball players. So I mean, while I can kind of understand where most Bulls fans are coming from when they say, that's a bad look. I mean, it is what it is. It's the way that the game is played today. Now would I have done it? I don't know. But then again, he was their coach. So and he obviously has a very good relationship with those guys. So I mean, you can't necessarily fault him.
Yeah, one, it's not our business. Two, this is no different than you guys out there that work for a living like me and Wyse. And sometimes you get, other divisions of the company somewhere in some other city or something like that. That's all the NBA is. It's the same company. It's just in different departments, different stuff. And maybe the guy down the road has a better sales quota or moves more pieces an hour. But
but listen,
we'll party together.
To play devil's advocate a little bit,
okay,
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. If he were in the same situation, do you think a guy named Giannis would have done that?
Yes.
You think Giannis would have taken a picture with the player after he blew him? Yeah, after he got blown out, after they were leading, after they were winning by 25 points, and that guy actually came back to beat you? You think Giannis would have taken a picture with him?
I think you still got to respect somebody. You got to still respect another player, even if they have a phenomenal game against you.
I don't think Giannis would have. I think it's definitely a mutual respect off the court, obviously on the court too. But it's a thing where I think Giannis is such a dog that he probably would have just walked off.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing, man. I see these guys on Instagram going to dinner with each other before the games and all the rest of that stuff. So those days are gone.
I don't think so. Giannis, he said it himself. He's not trying to be friends with nobody. That's why he don't play pickup ball with nobody in the offseason. How LeBron and Melo and all of them play pickup ball in the offseason.
Well,
Giannis. I'm not doing that with nobody.
All right. Well, Greeks hold grudges, man. I'm married to one. I know. Okay. Nice. My wife's Greek.
So he's the exception.
She'll hold a grudge. No, she will hold a grudge. And so I can see why Giannis would, man, just to ever slight. But also, the NBA, you got to understand too, guys get shifted around to different teams all the time. Yeah. And chances are you played with somebody on any given team at any given time, right? Either you played against each other in college, or you were college teammates, or you hung out together before you got drafted, or whatever. But anyway.
Okay. One more thing. Sticking to that topic, since you have brought up the OKC game and how that whole thing turned out. Okay. Another question that a lot of people in Bulls Nation are wondering is where we're gonna find that dog on the team. Just that guy who's the veteran leader or whatever, the guy who's just not gonna take any crap. Yeah. You know what I mean? If so, I'm saying that to say by Wendell and Kobe doing that, which, like I said, I don't necessarily have a problem with it, but it also just begs the question, who is that alpha dog on the team who just gets so pissed when they let a game like that slip through their fingers, where they're gonna be like, everybody, let's go. We got to discuss it in the locker room right now.
That would be Wendell Carter Jr., the man in the picture. So,
well, that just goes to show you that then maybe we still don't have that. We still don't have that on the team.
Oh, you can't judge us out in this.
That we're lacking. I'm just saying. I'm just asking the question that I hear a lot of people saying. That's all that is. And I can't say that I disagree is all. I can't say that I disagree in terms of us lacking that alpha dog on the team, or just that guy who's like so pissed off that it's like, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to talk to nobody. Let's go.
Well, speaking of alpha dog, the Windy City Bulls have a new alpha dog. It's number 6, Cristiano Felicio. He's tearing it up down there, man. Did you see this? Did you see this game that he played?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
No, I'm far too busy to watch Felicio in the G League.
Are you serious? No, he really he tore it up. Let me see what his stats were.
I'd go to a game, but I don't think I'm gonna sit and watch it on TV.
Yeah, so they notched their first win ever over the expansion Skyhawks and the College Park Skyhawks. I don't know who they are. But do I have Felicio Stats in here? I do not.
He always kills in the G League.
Here we go.
Right? I mean,
Felicio was aggressive in his first game off injury, ending the night with 23 points, 11 rebounds, and 2 blocks on 7 for 10 shooting in 35 minutes. Let me repeat that. I know I heard the sound of your jaw hitting your lap. Felicio was aggressive.
Am I supposed to be impressed?
No. Felicio was aggressive in his first game off injury, ending the night with 23 points, 11 rebounds, and 2 blocks on 7 for 10 in 35 minutes. Now, we did the Free Gafford campaign right after he got down to the G League and then came back up, and he seemed to have been effective in the rotation. What are the odds that Felicio could do the same?
None. Not even slim. They're none. Let's stop kidding ourselves right now.
Okay.
I hate to doubt people, especially the ballers, but come on, man. Like, Felicio has had time after time to prove himself. And after this will be his 5th or 6th year with the team.
Yeah, and we got one more after this.
No, stop it. He's done. I'm finished with him. He can go back to Brazil now. Please.
No, man.
He's lucky that he has one more year on that contract.
He's going to go down to Miami and win a ring with Jimmy Butler. You watch.
What you mean, in a James Jones kind of way? Leeching off all of LeBron's teams?
That's right.
It's not like he'd be a contributor.
No. It's a ring and probably another $8 million a year for him.
Oh, stop it.
Okay.
He'd be the water boy. Come on now.
Yeah.
Hey, ain't nobody paying him no money.
Yeah. And then other stuff going on, I guess it's just more crazy Boylan press conferences. After this OT victory against the Washington Wizards, he said that this was a turning point for the team. Really? A team that has more losses than you with half their guys out, and you have to take all the way to overtime to win on a lane violation.
This is a turning point for the team.
It's a turning point. I mean, have we had any OT victories this year?
The only turning point for this team will happen when he's gone. That's the only time we're going to have a legitimate turning point. Because, again, going back to that OKC game,
yeah,
dude, this man has so many fourth quarter lapses, it's not even funny. It's not even funny. Do you recall the play? It was the last play of the game, so I'm pretty sure you do. When he elects to take Wendell Carter Jr. out of the game with 5 seconds left.
Samuel Adams what is it?
Steven Adams is on the free throw line.
I'm thinking of beer. Yeah.
They show across the screen that he is a 50% free throw shooter. A 50% free throw shooter.
Yeah, on the scoreboard. Even the guy in the stands is like, what the hell are you doing?
Dude, all we needed was to grab a rebound, and I believe we still had a timeout left. Yeah. All we needed to do was grab a rebound. Oh, no. As a matter of fact, we didn't, because they would have had to push the ball. But yet and still, you didn't give us any chance by taking out your best rebounder with a 50% free throw shooter at the line. He put Zach Lavine in Wendell Carter Jr.'s place to rebound. And what was his explanation? His explanation was he did that because he felt like they needed to get up the court quickly.
Yeah, they wanted to push the ball.
Obviously, you're going to do that. But that's if he hits the free throw and you have to take the ball out.
And who's going to Yeah, and even if he misses and you still have time, who's going to chuck the ball all the way down the court? Who do you got strong enough to do that? Wendell Carter Jr. On the bench, right?
Man, it's sickening, man. It's very sickening. But
let alone Denzel Valentine getting caught for a foul when he's not. He's a half a TV screen away,
dude. The refs were on complete BS with us that game. Like, even not to mention when Wendell Carter Jr.'s arm got held by Steven Adams during that jump ball. Yeah. Like, what was that about? And they went back and looked at it. They reviewed the play.
Yeah, they just went, yeah.
And they didn't overturn. Like, they literally, I swear, I think they were paid off that game. They had to have been. Even looking back at that Denzel Valentine foul. What was that?
And they reviewed that, didn't they?
They reviewed that and looked at it for like 3 minutes. They looked at it for like 3 minutes and still gave this man a foul when he was nowhere near the ball. He wasn't in the vicinity of the ball. Literally. He didn't touch the ball. Anybody close to the ball. He
could have been a cheerleader at that point in the game. He was nowhere near the play.
That just goes to show you the disrespect that the league or a lot of people have for the Bulls.
Yeah.
Because you can't tell me if that's a team like Miami or the Lakers or the Clippers, somebody like that, they're not going for that. Not that one. Not that Denzel call. No.
Oh, well, we don't have enough guys, I don't know, that command that authority from the refs. Who knows?
No juice.
That's it. All right, folks, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to get to our Bulls Christmas list. What do we want this year? That one right after this. Hey, listeners, if you haven't subscribed to the Bulls Podcast YouTube channel, it's something you need to do right now. You can just search for Bulls Podcast or go to youtube.com/Bulls Podcast and subscribe. We're active with our subscribers and our commenters in every single episode, and I personally respond to every single comment we get. So if you're not subbed up to us in YouTube, please help us out and give us your subscription.
Yeah, guys. Also, throw us a few likes on the content we've added for you there too. Help us out, people. You can also search for us on YouTube or go straight to youtube.com/Bulls Podcast and click subscribe. It will definitely help us out a ton.
All right, Wyse. Hey, what's the weather in Chicago? You guys got snow right now around Christmas?
No snow, just insanely cold winds. It's like 12 degrees right now. Yeah. It's not fun. It's not fun being in Chicago right now. At least being outside. Like leaving the Bulls game, you have to be bundled up, like layers on top of layers.
I remember that. That sucks. Yeah, I feel you, man. I mean, I had to turn my air conditioner off when I'm sleeping now, so it's bad, really bad here in California. It's down to like 50 at night. Like a chill. Anyway, Wyse, now that we've established the hey, you can't call me that on the podcast. Now that we've established that it's cold outside and the weather outside is frightful, it is beginning to look a lot like Christmas. No, we're not bleeping it. And we're going to go over our wish list for what we want, the top 3 things for Christmas this year. And I'm going to kick it off, Wyse. And I would like to ask Santa for a new head coach. What do you think of that? I think it's going to be a little delayed because I got to wait for Rondo to stop playing and come back to the Bulls and be the coach.
I would absolutely take that any day over what we have right now. I mean, and that wish, that Christmas wish is, I'm pretty sure it coincides with what everybody wishes. Okay. Because, I mean, I would wish nothing more than for Borland to be out of the door like yesterday.
Wow, are you asking for the same thing that I am for number 1 this year? Yes,
Santa, I'm begging you for this.
Wow, Wyse has made his decision. All right. And item number 2 for me on my list, I think I've been pretty good this year, a true point guard to come to the Bulls. I don't know who that's going to be. Maybe D'Angelo Russell? Or, we'll see. But,
so your second wish is for a true point guard?
Yeah, to make their surgence and their presence known with the Chicago Bulls. That might even be Chris Dunn coming out of his shell. Who knows?
I think that, somebody, I don't know, like somebody similar to, like, there's no one really similar to a Chris Paul, but a true point guard would definitely, I think, help this team out tremendously right now, because looking at them is a lot of like unorganization, especially on the offensive end. So I agree with you. I think that would be a beautiful Christmas gift. But my second wish would be a new front office.
Oh, new front office.
Front office. Clean out the crib. Clean it out. Like, please, man. It really doesn't make any sense, especially after I was reading up a little bit on the interview that Paxson did with Casey Johnson, Joe Cowley, Darnell Maybe, a couple of, a few, he selected a few Bulls beat writers and reporters to sit down and have a discussion with. So I'm pretty sure a lot of us have heard about what went down, but what really ticked me off is just how Paxson continues to insult the intelligence of us Bulls fans. Yeah. Because when I believe it was KC who asked him about just about how things have gone so far in relation to them making the playoffs, and the statement that they made, in the preseason, which was, our goal is to make the playoffs. But yet when during this interview, he backtracks and says something similar to, actually, I said we were going to compete. We were going to strive for the playoffs, not necessarily that we were going to, that the goal is to make the playoffs. Like, dude,
they said that. I didn't say that. Yeah.
Like, stop playing with us, man.
Didn't he also blame Derrick Rose's injury for the current position that we're in right now?
Oh, I didn't catch that part. Did he?
Yeah, it's like, dude, how do you say that?
I'm not even surprised. I'm not even surprised, man. And that's the thing, man. That's why I don't. But you know what? It's the same thing every single year with this dude. It's the same thing every single year with the front office and to ownership, even to the. We can't even find ourselves an adequate coach, man. We haven't had a decent coach since Tom Thibodeau. And I can't even name a notable coach prior to him, really. I mean, you had Scott Scales or whatever, Vinny Del Negro, but like they didn't compare to a Tom Thibodeau, meaning the coach who actually, had at least a 500 and above record. So Paxson, he can't seem to do anything right. And instead of fessing up to it and actually, like instead of him coming out and saying like, it hasn't turned out how we expected it to this year, he tries to like be a con man, and a poor one at that. How the hell are you going to be bad at being a con man too? Like that really just doesn't make any sense. But he tries to lie to all of us. Like we didn't hear exactly what he said at the beginning of the season, but he tries to turn around and tell us, no, I actually said we were going to compete for the playoffs, not that we were necessarily going to make it. Like, dude, who the hell do you think you're talking to?
Technically, the Knicks are competing for the playoffs, but just not this year, right?
Who isn't competing for the playoffs? You're in the league. Like, what do you say? So basically, he's saying like it's still a developmental year. So we went from trying to make the playoffs this year to it being back to a developmental year.
I still think we will make the playoffs. What
Do
do you think
you?
of that? Yeah, I do.
Man,
I think
if
we're
we
gonna
do,
slide right into 8, man.
if we do, I'll be upset. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You're
I'll
gonna
be
be upset
because, dude, why would we make the playoffs just to get bounced by the Bucks? Like, they're gonna sweep the floor with us.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
that.
it will be no contest, and then that's just gonna worsen our draft position even more.
Okay,
Like,
well, you're going to have to wish for that on your list because now it's time for one of my things here. So I'm wishing as number 3 for Felicio's vicious comeback. Contain your excitement of my wish list here. I want him to come back and go crazy, man. I want him to be like the man. I really do. I think maybe he's got a little Gafford running off on him now. He's like, oh my. You know what I mean? Like Gafford's probably showing him up in practice. Like, get away, pudgy boy.
See, you know what? That's why I love doing this show with you, because you keep me centered. Like when I try to get too serious, you pull it back with the humor, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
But I'm serious. I think Gafford's rubbing off on Felicio. You know?
All right, man. Okay.
So we'll see what happens there. I know that's a strange thing to ask for, but Gafford
I feel like I've done enough beating up on Felicio, so I'm not gonna entertain.
Yeah. It's just my wish, man. It's my Christmas wish. All right, what's your number 3?
Not least.
We're going to have a stocking stuffer, so you get one more after that.
New ownership.
New ownership. Man, you're just flipping everything out of here.
Everything. Coach, front office, ownership. Santa
please, cannot haul this much stuff.
Yeah, yes, he can. He can make it happen. He can make it happen. He's the miracle man. And I believe somehow, some way, Michael Reinsdorf is going to sell the team.
Man,
Jerry isn't thinking about the Bulls anymore. Michael Reinsdorf,
a lot of cookies, man. A lot of cookies for this.
He needs to just cash in. Or cash out, rather. Sell the team to somebody who actually gives a damn about basketball. Sell the team and, just count your bread. I'm pretty sure you could get upwards of $1 billion plus for this team. It's one of the largest markets in basketball. So don't trip. We all know that y'all care more about the White Sox and all of that.
How much can we do in a Kickstarter? Can we do a Kickstarter to buy the Bulls? Can I do a GoFundMe? I want to buy the Bulls.
You know what? That might actually get a little flame. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt that getting a little flame.
Yeah,
seriously.
I'll put a poll up every time out. I'll put a poll up. Who do you want in the game?
Man, I think we would do a much better job running the team than the Reinsdorf. I seriously believe that.
Yeah.
But man, that's my third wish to Santa. Please make it happen some way, somehow. I'm praying for a miracle.
Okay. And since we're cleaning house, stocking stuffer here for me. New TV announcers. I want I want to flip. I want Chuck Swirsky and Bill Wennington to take over the TV broadcast.
Oh, look, you say fire Stacey King?
Yep, that's what I'm saying. I'm getting a little sick of the same phrases over and over. It's a man's game, Wise. It's a man's game.
You know what? You can probably scratch him for
it, Wise Black. Stop it. Yeah. He doesn't even answer me on Twitter. He doesn't give a crap about this show. He doesn't care about the Bulls Outsiders with Big Dave and John Sabine and the other guy. Yeah.
He shows respect.
I guess.
I hear him shout them out sometimes.
Yeah.
No, man, but I love Stacey King, man. He's hilarious. Although he can be cheesy as heck. I know he can be super cheesy, and he does recycle some of his lines. But I mean, come on, I think he's the best he's the best Bulls announcer that we have right now, or commentator.
Well, then let's just keep. Well, okay, so then let's just. Here's what we do. We keep Stacey King on with Bill Wennington and Chuck Swirsky. You got 3 guys.
I'm down for that. Now I'm down for that. I think it would all even out just because Stacey, he's super hilarious, man.
Yeah.
You know, he keeps it humorous. So, I mean, that's why I like him. But, yeah.
And so he just adds the flavor and the personality. Bill Wennington's more of a, inside analysis kind of guy. And Chuck Swirsky's great at play-by-play and painting the picture of what's going on. Like,
yes,
that's
sir.
the one cool thing that I liked about the what was it called? The NBA League Pass is because you could actually get the audio version of the radio going on, and you could like pause the video and sync them up. It was awesome. So I would really love that. I like Chuck a lot, and I like Bill a lot. And so I'm also going to play this tape to him because I'm both their Facebook friends. So hi, guys. No, I'm not. But I am their Facebook friends. Anyway, so that's my stocking stuffer request for Santa. Put Chuck Swirsky and Bill Wennington in a big old stocking and put a camera on them for the TV. That's it. All right, stocking stuffer for you, man. What do you got? There's nothing new. You want a new mascot too? What do you got here for stocking stuffer?
I want the Bulls to go out and find another forward, another 3. I wish that they would maybe, I don't know. I don't care if they have to make a trade. Obviously, be smart. Don't be dumb and give up one of our best players or something like that. But I really just want them to find another 3 to help us because we are super thin at that position right now, man. Like we have Chris Dunn in there playing the small forward position right now. You know what I mean? And I love Chris. I love the tenacity that he's playing with. I actually, like I said on the last pod, he's actually one of the most impressive players this year to me. But I still think that we have a huge hole right there in that 3 spot. And I don't know when Chandler Hutchison is coming back, and Otto Porter Jr. He's just injured, and we don't know when he's coming back either. And I think that
it's going to be months for Otto. It's going to be months for Otto Porter Jr. Hutch, I'm sorry to say, Hutch just isn't it for us. We need to move on from Hutch.
It looks like it. I mean, I don't know, man.
He's injury prone.
I don't know. Way too injury prone. And I actually like Hutch, man. When he gets it going, he shows glimpses that he can be a serviceable 3. You know what I mean? And maybe even play some spot 4 or something like that. But, yeah, you're right. I mean, the best skill is availability. And
they're calling him Young Pip. Young Pip never did. Pip never did this. You need to call this guy, Young Rip, and rip your hamstring.
You know who I would love for us to actually steal away from? I think he's playing for the Nets right now. I'm not sure who he's playing for right now. David Nwaba. I wish we would go and get David Nwaba.
I wish for the point guard we could get Spencer Dinwiddie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, listen, I'm just trying to be realistic. I'm trying to be realistic. Just because, the Nets ain't giving up Spencer Dinwiddie, and Nwaba is just considered a role player. You know what I mean? But he's a very high role player on my list. I love the way that dude plays. But, I mean,
all right.
This is wishful thinking, right?
So here we go, Santa. Let's give the rundown. I want a new head coach, a true point guard, Felicio's vicious comeback, and new TV announcers. And Wyse on his list.
I want new ownership, new front office, new head coach, and David Nwaba to come back.
David Nwaba. Very nice. Well, Santa, let's hope you bring that to us. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to predict the games for the upcoming week. Hey everybody, remember we are a new show and we do need your support in social media. We made it really simple to find us with some special redirect links. You can find us at Bulls Podcast on Twitter, on YouTube, on Instagram, and go to bullspodcast.com/Facebook to get tied into our Facebook group. And if you'd like to subscribe to the show, we are on Apple Podcasts at bullspodcast.com/Apple, on Stitcher, bullspodcast.com/Stitcher, and on Spotify at bullspodcast.com/Spotify. Real quick, let's go through the coming games. We got Saturday, December 21st in Detroit versus Detroit. Who you got in this one?
D-Rose has been balling lately, man. We've beat them the last 2 times that we've played them, and I actually predicted us to lose to them the last time we played just because I didn't expect D-Rose to fall to us twice.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say I definitely don't expect him to lose to us 3 times. So I'm going with Detroit.
I am going to concur with that and go for an L. Then we go to Orlando Monday, December 23rd to face the Orlando Magic. I'm going to go for an L in this one, actually. Who you got?
I haven't really been following Orlando, so I'm not really sure how they're looking. What's their record? Do you know?
I do not know Orlando's record.
Doesn't matter. They still aren't really anything to speak about. Like, obviously, they're in the East, and I'm not hearing anything spectacular about them. I think we can beat them.
Okay, win for you.
W.
And then we got Atlanta on Saturday, December 28th. Right after Christmas.
Yeah.
In Atlanta. Could be the Jabari Parker revenge game 2.0. You never know, but I'm actually going to give this one to the Bulls.
Dub.
Dub
Put me down for a dub as well. Yes, sir.
Okay, and then we're gonna take a quick, we're gonna take a break during the rest of the year after show number 50. So let's predict this one too. Monday, December 30th versus Milwaukee. This is a huge road trip here we got going on. So what do you got for Milwaukee? As if I have to guess.
I think the Bulls have been showing us that they get up for the teams that are, considered to be the better teams in the league. So I really do expect the Bulls to really play their hearts out versus the Bucks. But I just don't think that they have enough. I don't think they're going to be able to really contain Giannis. So I think it'll be a close game, but nonetheless an L.
All right. So we've got Detroit. Wyse and I both picked a loss. Orlando, we're split. I'm going for a loss. Wyse is going for a win. We're in agreement about Saturday, December 28th in Atlanta. I'm sorry. That is actually not in Atlanta. That is at the United Center. So, yeah, we both picked wins on that. I think that's going to still hold true. And then Monday, December 30th versus Milwaukee. And that's at the United Center. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with my Bulls.com. Nice way to put this lame. But anyway, yeah, Milwaukee's going to tear us a new one on Monday, December 30th at the UC. So we will take a quick break and we'll close it out right after this. Hey, folks, remember you can follow Wyse Black online on Twitter at @radical_creator, and that's the same on Instagram, @radical_creator. On YouTube, just look for Wyse Black. On Twitter, you can find me at Marcus Couch, and same thing on Instagram at Marcus Couch. Everything show related you can find at both podcasts. Remember, make sure you're connected to us everywhere, including YouTube subscribers. Come on, we're lacking. So if you're not subscribed to us on YouTube, get with it. Seriously, 500 and something. I see people with 10,000, and their videos suck. We're giving them an hour of cool stuff talking about the Bulls. So, we deserve that subscription. If you cannot remember any of these, go check out our show notes for this show and all the other shows over at our website, which is bullspodcast.com. Wyse, closing thoughts from you, my friend. Second to last podcast of the year, besides our Christmas gift that we're going to drop next week.
Yeah, man. Excuse me. Super fun show today. I really enjoyed myself. I hope you all enjoyed listening to the show as well. And I appreciate all of the 500-something subscribers that we have on YouTube. So y'all, please continue to listen. And Marcus, more will come in due time. Let's just keep hitting them, keep doing what we do. You know what I mean?
I'm not putting anybody down that's subscribing now. I think everybody in the comments are rocking. I just hope I hope everybody kind of shares it and lets all their friends know, and all the other Bulls fans out there know what's going on over here at the Bulls Podcast. So that's
all day.
All right. Until next time. Thanks for listening, everybody. Go Bulls.
Go Bulls.
Hey, Bulls fans. This is your Bulls championship announcer, Ray Clay, saying so long, everybody. Go Bulls!